Today is Tuesday. We are in week 6 already. Can you believe it? And this is day 11 for CIS-125. We covered iteration, we talked about assignments, and I reminded them Thursday we have a quiz. Iteration, so leading decision. So in a lot of our examples we'll have some type of input, and based on that input we'll make a decision on whether to stay in the loop or get out of the loop. Okay? We'll see here in a little bit, we're talking about a while structure here. While this is true, then we process these steps. Now you notice here I added another input down here. That could be similar to this input up here, if not almost the same, and some message in there telling what to put in to cause this loop to turn to false. So this could function, if you think about it here. We can go through these steps and come up, go through these steps, right, come back up. So we could just keep going in this loop, right? Do you see how the loop works? Until something here makes us false, and then we go this way. So here's a pseudocode. We have a while, and everything inside the while is indented. So all of this is the true part, and then here's where it would go once it's false. And you may make note of this. This is all lined up. Okay, so it's kind of like sequence. Okay, and then we did the example. If you have a if then else, those are indented too. So you can see how everything lines up. Okay? This is what it looks like in Python. Actually, that's the only line you have to add here. So what you really need to be aware of, and we mentioned it up here, is you need some type of what we call a flag. Something that's going to indicate to the while statement to end the loop and continue down here. And initially we're going to do it with an input statement. You probably have an input statement here, makes this true, input here, looped here, and keep going until you input something that makes it false, and then it goes here. So if we look at the big picture here, we call it a flag. Could be a string, could be a number, but it's something to stop the loop. The false part. Okay? In a while statement, as long as it's true, it's going to keep processing in here. And then this was the example we gave. This loop will keep going until this input enters something that makes this false. See, this initial input was something that made it true so that it continued in the loop. And then when it's false, it'll go here. So again, just as a reminder, you see how everything lines up, and even in the if-then statements. Whoops. Even in the if-then statements, that lines up. Alright. We did the landing spot again. So this is all the code from the landing spot. Here's the input, and in this case that was we were inputting the radius. We did the same input down here, except here we indicated what to put in to end the loop, and we check the radius as long as it's greater than 0. As long as it's greater than 0, we do all the work, print it out, input it, come back up here, do the work, print it out, back up until it was false, until we inputted a radius that was 0, and then it went to false route and it ended. So our flag in this situation, our flag here, looking at long as radius is greater than 0, we did the loop. So you'd have to figure out how you would label that in your legend. Alright, so I reviewed how important some things are in terms of analysis, what we're going to input, how we're going to process it, we're going to get out. I made a point of saying, you know, if you can't do this in your head, you know, or with a calculator or be able to calculate, you're not going to be able to write code to do it. And with design, you have to keep doing flowcharts until midterm. We will, after midterm, you can do one or the other. You don't have to do both. Flowchart to code. Documentation, we reviewed that. We talked about how important it is in your groups to evaluate the group work. All the assignments are done individually, and then you evaluate those in your group. Syllabus has information on what you should have in, the information, the dates, who the instructor is, the assignment problem, a description of what you're trying to solve, your name, legend if needed. You know, I gave an example of variables that aren't very clear. We got a good start. We just need now to worry more as we go along about details. And that's it.